Hello, everybody. This is Crypto2Cents, and welcome to the channel. So, a little bit about myself and what I'm doing here. So, I'm a crypto entrepreneur. I'm a co-founder of Swap. Swap is decentralizing and democratizing data. We're essentially giving back to the user the ability to control their privacy. You can check us out on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, just Swap protocol with 2 P's. I also have just launched a crypto ATM company. Those crypto ATMs are coming in. I'm based out of Chicago, we're up at right now 2, and then we're bringing in another 11 crypto ATMs. So what I'm essentially launching this channel for, it's not for anybody. It's not for to make money. It's really for myself. It's for myself and for others that want to kind of explore and learn more about blockchain. Obviously, because I'm in the business, I have to do a little bit more of due diligence compared to others. So for me, it's a little bit more for myself, and maybe it's egocentric, and I don't really give a shit. I really just want to research more about blockchains and different types of crypto tokens, crypto economics, learn more about different types of proofing systems, etc. So I'm going to be taking you guys on this journey with me, and if you guys want to watch, please do. If you don't, well, I'm still getting my research in, so that's what's important. Let me actually adjust the lighting here because it's getting a little darker here in the Chi-Town. My face is like super light, but you know what? Who gives a shit? I'll figure that out later. So today I was actually listening to a podcast called Chorus One. Shout out to you guys. You guys are a pretty damn good podcast, and I was listening to episode 37, and there is a wallet called Looney, which I'm actually about to explore, and it seems like this wallet has basically different blockchains that it's connected with, and you can stake within these different blockchains, which is super interesting, and I haven't really gone into it, and I think I'm going to go into it on this channel. And like I said, guys, I'm not a crypto expert, so please, don't think that I'm here to lecture. I'm not. I'm here to research just as much as you guys are. And just because I have these companies that I'm working on doesn't mean that I'm an expert. I'm a human being. We're all flawed in one way or another. So I'm just trying to learn a little bit more. So enough with the nonsense. That's just a little bit about myself. And let's go into this. So when listening to this podcast today, what intrigued me is that they started talking about Cosmos, and then they actually launched this initially on Cosmos. If I heard that correctly, I was in the gym, so I wasn't paying attention the whole time. But I haven't really looked into Cosmos that much before, and it seems very intriguing. I think I've purchased Cosmos before as a token, maybe not. It was a while back, and I'm familiar with them, but I never really looked into them in depth, and that's what I wanted to do on this episode. On episode 1, is look into Cosmos, because I think most people that are within the crypto space, the whole crypto community, knows about Ethereum, and obviously most of the DeFi protocols are on Ether, or are on the Ethereum blockchain, which is where ours is also hosted, and everybody knows about Ethereum, Binance Chain, but not some of these other more eccentric ones per se. And it seems very interesting because, one, according to this podcast, they can process a lot more transactions per second than Ethereum, and the fees are a lot lower. So it seems like a more scalable solution. So I'm going to go into this with you guys. And if you guys have any insights that you want to share, please do. I'm looking into this really the first time, I believe, unless I looked into it last year. So let's start here. So the Internet of Blockchains, super, I guess, intriguing. I really like the site, quite sexy, really appealing. Got some 3D stuff going on here. Oh, okay, that's cool. These are actually clickable. Terra. So what does this mean? So I can click on these? Oh, okay, no. Enter a new universe of connected services, Cosmos apps and Service Connect using IBC, the inter-blockchain communication protocol. This innovation was to freely exchange assets and data across sovereign, decentralized blockchains. Okay, so I definitely want to explore some tokens, but before we get to that, Let me first learn more. Let me just scroll to the heart of Interchain. Serving as the economic center of Cosmos, the Cosmos Hub is a blockchain that provides vital services to the Interchain. The Interchain is essentially a new internet comprised of an extended network of interconnected blockchain. So, basically, if I understand this correctly, the Interchain is essentially the Web3 composed of these blockchains. Okay. Marketplace set to operate next-gen decentralized exchanges. Everybody else is a marketplace security provider. Okay, I don't be since securing many chains, custodian, router. A core mission of the hub to connect chains by establishing IBC connections. What does this mean right here? IBC connections, if I remember that correctly. IBC connections, Cosmos. Modern design of the IBC protocol means the IBC app developers not require in-depth knowledge of low-level details of clients' connections. Something technical. By the way, I'm not a developer. I do know how to code, and I've been taking some Solidity classes just for my own interest. I'm not a developer by nature. I've just been a tech entrepreneur, so I've had to learn how to read code and manage code. I've been a project manager for a software development company. So I do know kind of the ins and outs of development. I've developed some of my own applications and many of my own businesses within the tech space. So 100%. I am technical, but not a engineer, just for FYI. It's inter blockchain communication protocol. Okay, we'll skip this for now, this technical stuff. I know it's not very interesting for most people. Whole universe of opportunity for token holders. First public proof of stake blockchain built on top of the Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus engine. Okay. Staking, voting, gravity DEX, pretty common across blockchains. Designed by combining AMM features like that of Uniswap with an order book based model, providing a richer and more efficient trading experience. I'd definitely be interested to check this out. Gravity Bridge, backed by billions of dollars of atoms staked on the Cosmos Hub. The Gravity Bridge will be the most secure, efficient, and decentralized cross-chain bridge to Ethereum. Okay, this is cool. It will enable Cosmos assets to flow into the Ethereum ecosystem as ERC20 tokens, and conversely, native ERC20 tokens to flow into the Cosmos ecosystem. Very interesting. So basically, it's an interconnected blockchain. As everything progresses, all of the chains seem to communicate with each other, which is fantastic. It means less confusion for the end consumer. One of the biggest challenges within the crypto space is within the crypto and DeFi space is just the usability of all of this. It's quite complicated compared to our usual applications. That's really kind of the downside of what we're doing here. Interchain staking. Man, my face is really bright. Maybe I should close this up a little bit just so that. Sorry guys, this is my first time doing this podcast like this. Okay, maybe this is a little bit better. Okay, this should be good. And now my window is completely shut. You know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna worry about this. Okay, let's continue with this. So chain name servers, just like websites have domain names, blockchains will have chain names. Chain names will be managed on the Cosmos Hub, which will operate a chain name service. They will make it much easier for the users of the Interchain to identify the chains they want to interact with. Staking derivatives, services generate fees generate rewards. The more activity in the hub, the more fees paid by services, which in turn generates rewards for staked atom holders. Okay. And then there's the developers, and then token holders get atoms. So there's several, and then we can start staking. So there's several modules within the site that we can go to be part of the Let's see what kind of features do they have. Okay, I think I was just on this page. Yes, I was. And then provide liquidity and rewards. Okay, this is coming soon. One secure account for all your digital assets. Okay. And this is also Interchain, which is interesting. So Looney seems to already have this handled with staking that's interoperable within these chains. Cosmos SDK is a state-of-the-art blockchain framework that powers the Cosmos hub and is rapidly expanding over the sovereign chains. 99% lower carbon footprint. That's great. Blockchain tech that truly scales. This is really good. I like this. Low fees. Okay, that's what I mentioned earlier. Game economies owned by players. Build a chain in minutes. Let's see. Fastest way to a production blockchain. Starport offers everything you need to build, test, and launch your own blockchain with a decentralized worldwide community. Okay, this is quite interesting. Let's see if they have the ability to build on, if we have the ability to build with Solidity. Spin up fresh automated dev environments for each task in the cloud in seconds, always ready to code. Let's see this. My throat is itchy. Okay. Okay, let's authorize this. You've been redirected to, let's see what's going on here. Gitpod.io. Okay, interesting. Never seen this. Let's see what we're talking about here. Toolkit of leading blockchains. Now, by the way, even if you're not a developer, you should definitely be exploring these development environments. The reason why I learned how to code is, this is the future. You don't have to be a developer, but you have to at least know how to interact with the system. And everything is built with code nowadays. So you should, in one way, shape, or form, I don't even know if that's the right way to say it. One way, shape, or form. What am I talking about? Should be able to read and write a little bit of code and understand at least how it works. Starport is an easy-to-use CLI for creating sovereign blockchains. Okay. Start a node in development. Start. Let's actually test this out. Whoa. Starport. I need Starport first, right? CD hello Starport serve. Okay, well this is quite interesting. I'm gonna see how this works. Do a little bit of more in-depth searching on this. In the meantime, for this video, I'm gonna keep on going with what we have here. So I definitely want to visit this. So this is Get Atom, and then where is the other page which had the, I want to go into the tokens right here. 70 billion USD in digital assets. So that's pretty impressive. Apps and services. I want to look at the apps and services. Okay, Afandra Marketplace, Agoric Smart Contracts, Cash Network Microservices. Let's look at Agoric Smart Contracts. Build faster and fast proof of stake chain utilizing secure JavaScript smart contracts to rapidly build and deploy DeFi. Man, this is extremely interesting. Okay, first and foremost, let me bookmark this. And I got a lot of bookmarks. I need to start like a new crypto. Just gonna start this as blockchain. This one is Cosmos. I'm gonna put a new folder in here. Apps. Bookmark this guy. like to keep my things a little bit organized within the within all of these. I mean, it's a little bit of a mess, but at the same time, I do like to keep it organized just so I can have these resources to use in a quick manner. So this is, see, like with this economy growing so fast, there is just a tremendous amount of resources and different applications coming out, and like that's one of the reasons for this channel, is I want to be able to explore this while creating videos, and I think it'll be useful for some other people maybe. So 100%. Let's see what they have. So I mean, I'm not going to go through all of these applications, but this is definitely something interesting. Some of these, okay, let's look at Anoma, because I am in the data privacy space. Undefining money, sovereign proof of stake blockchain protocol that was private asset agnostic cash and private bartering among any number of parties. Man, there is so much cool stuff here. It's gonna take me days to go through all of this. I wish I could just stop time and just literally sit and look at all of this all day long, because there's an infinity amount of apps to explore. So, okay, this is the apps. So what? BEP swap, band protocol. Okay, we're familiar with band. If you guys aren't familiar with band, it's an Oracle service similar to Chainlink, but it's a little bit different. I'm not 100% sure of all of the discrepancies between band and Chainlink, but it has to do with the way that they reward tokens, I believe, and the validation. But I'm gonna maybe create another different video on that. Let's continue on Cosmos here. So get Atom and stake. So before you begin, what is the Atom token, what is staking, and what is a wallet? If you don't know what staking is, I suggest you to do that research on your own, but the way that I interpret it is basically being able to put your money, or a good metaphor is putting your money into a bank and receiving interest. And staking is you can have that token, put it into some kind of pool, or some kind of location online that pays you interest. And this is their description. Staking is the process of locking up a digital asset, Atom in the case of Cosmos Hub, to provide economic security for a public blockchain. Public blockchains are permissionless. Okay, well that's already. So that's what the staking is, the definition that they provide. What is the Atom token? The Atom is the Cosmos Hub's primary token, secures the Hub's valuable interchain services. If you hold Atom, you can temporarily lock them up to contribute to the security of the Cosmos Hub. Hold up. The Atom is the Cosmos Hub's security. If you hold the Atom, you can temporarily lock them up to contribute to the security of the Cosmos Hub using a mechanism called staking. In exchange for locking your Atom, you receive rewards in newly minted Atom and a share of transaction fees that are collected by the blockchain. However, staking is not risk-free. That is for sure. The reason staking is not risk-free is several things can happen. One of the major risks of staking is technology risks within the smart contracts. Something isn't programmatically correct, and someone can take all your money, or the system fails and the money doesn't get properly allocated. I mean, just a lot of things can go wrong from a technical standpoint. Also, Atom can go down to zero. Economic factors, microeconomic, macroeconomic. There's a lot of stuff by staking Atom you were to vote in the Cosmos Hub governance decisions. This is interesting. I would definitely like to get involved one way or another. So developer chat. I would definitely like to join the community, guys. If you guys don't join communities on Telegram, I definitely recommend you to do so, because it gives you a lot more in-depth details of the people that are joining within the community, and you can actually interact with them and talk to them, ask questions, etc. and I'm definitely going to join the Discord channel because I think that's going to be useful. Join Cosmos community. For which channels you want to see, let me just look around. Complete. You've read all the agreements, okay. Pokeball. I mean, it's all good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute this. I don't really like my notifications going off. Okay, so that's Cosmos. Now maybe this is worth watching a little bit of this because I think this
Starford is a powerful and easy-to-use CLI tool for building sovereign blockchains. With just a couple of commands, you can create an IBC-enabled blockchain, scaffold modules, types, messages, start a blockchain node in development, and connect it to other blockchains in the ecosystem. With a single click, you can run Starboard in a browser-based editor and get a full development environment set up in seconds. Most likely, however, you also want to install it on your machine. You can do that with a short command that will fetch the binary and install it locally. You can now use Starboard app command to create a new blockchain. Let's call it Planet. If we open the directory in a text editor, we'll see that Starboard has created a Cosmos SDK blockchain for us, with all the necessary code, including protofiles and modules inside the X directory.
So if I understood that correctly, you see this? This is, I believe, in Golang. So if you're familiar with Golang, you have an advantage here.
And modules inside the X directory.
I'm not familiar with Golang at all.
Also scaffolded a Vue.js-based web app that can act as a
Vue.js
starting
is the
point
front
for
end.
your blockchain's front end. Let's say you're building a blockchain for a decentralized exchange. First thing you do is create a module. Let's call it DEX. Starboard promptly creates and modifies all the necessary files and imports this module into your blockchain. The next thing you might want to do is scaffold the code for create, read, update, and delete, like and Vuex clients. Starboard's behavior can be customized more. Let's copy a mnemonic phrase of one of the accounts.
Looks quite interesting.
The best way to get started learning and building is by following one of the tutorials. For example, the IBC Hello World tutorial.
Now, this isn't a developer channel as I mentioned, but considering that the whole blockchain, like I mentioned before, is built on code, I'm just quite interested to see how this works and what programming language it uses. I mean, what I saw on the backend side, it uses Golang. How do you get started with this var? It looks like, okay, string to identify. Looks very similar to Java, so it says to Solidity. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely got its own syntax. Error types, module, CDC, and more. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, cool. Let us see. So build, Starboard, explore. I want to see the community first and foremost. I want to see some of the blogs. 244. Okay, this is, we already saw this. Tokens. Let's look at the tokens. Binance coin. So they have a lot of these coins that already are in existence on other blockchains. They have them here, and it seems like, because I'm familiar with Binance the most, because I do yield farming on there and other things, it seems like the price is exactly the same as what it is. Okay, yeah, so it's basically pulling in and it's hosting these tokens on its blockchain, which is quite interesting. Wallets. Web wallets. Okay, I mean, let's explore some of this stuff. I mean, since we're done kind of reading about Cosmos, actually, one thing before. 4 simple steps to get Atom to start earning rewards. I do want to go through the FAQs just to make sure that we are doing our due diligence. Cosmos solves 3 primary problems in blockchain: sovereignty, scalability, and sustainability. Now, why does it solve these? Blockchains today encourage all economic activity to take place on a single chain. This mindset leads to centralization and governance, ongoing costs for smart contract developers who build on these chains, and high fees for users of congested chains. In contrast, congested chains, Ethereum, in contrast, the Cosmos SDK is free for developers and allows them to build sovereign blockchain apps without ongoing costs. Do I have a meeting right now? Wait, shit. No, I don't have. There's no way that I have a lesson right now. No, I don't believe I do. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Scalability. No matter how many transactions per second a blockchain can claim, and Cosmos developers can always improve throughput with horizontal scalability. Scalability can be achieved: 1, duplicating a blockchain to relieve congestion, or 2, splitting up apps on the blockchain into multiple application-specific blockchains. Interchain token transfers allow these multiple chains to continue as one network. Interesting. So basically, the way that they're scaling is by duplicating the blockchain and having essentially smaller blockchains called interchains hosting different applications. Sustainability: Cosmos blockchains use an efficient proof of stake consensus algorithm for securing this network. This POS algorithm reduces the Cosmos carbon footprint by more than 99% compared to proof of work blockchains like Bitcoin that has a carbon footprint roughly the size of Switzerland. Yes, that was very, very bad. That's true. Okay. Let's see this. Is Cosmos a competitor of Ethereum or to Ethereum? This is interesting. No, Cosmos embraces Ethereum. An upcoming project called the Gravity Bridge allows you to bring ETH and ERC20 tokens over to the Cosmos Hub and send Cosmos IBC tokens into the Ethereum ecosystem. Other Cosmos projects include Ether Mint that bring the Ethereum virtual machine to Cosmos, and Sommelier Finance that reduces Ethereum transaction costs for the centralized finance applications. Okay, so Gravity Bridge brings ETH and ERC20 tokens over to Cosmos Hub. Cool. Very interesting. Okay, I think we're for the most part done exploring this stuff. I think what makes sense we do right now, it's 28 minutes, it's a pretty long video. Some of these web wallets you guys are familiar with. If not, I encourage you to explore some of this stuff on your own. I'm actually gonna explore some of these applications on my own, and I might actually do a little bit here, a little bit of exploration, because this is quite interesting, just because I have never been to this blockchain, on this blockchain before, exploring applications, and I know I already went on Agoric, but because people that are familiar with smart contracts, they automatically assume it's built on Ethereum. However, you see here that this is totally different. So how is this different than... holy shit. Okay, our video was just made public by UpNext Crypto regarding our cryptocurrency. so I'm gonna have to get off here in a second. Alright guys, I appreciate you guys watching. This is my first video, so this is the Cosmos blockchain. I encourage you to explore it. It looks like very cool stuff, very interesting blockchain, and it seems like they're solving a lot of existing problems. So I'm going to continue to explore on this. I might build some stuff on here when I have some time. But yeah, let's coordinate. If you guys want to, let's make a Discord channel. Man, there's a lot of stuff blowing up. So thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day, and I appreciate you guys watching the video.